Hey there, it's Chrissy Key Rollins here, and I was just feeling prompted to start a conversation with you around why you don't do the things that you know to do. Now, I spend the majority of my time helping people create lasting change, be it physical change in their body, physical change around them in their life, involving their relationship, helping you to create lasting results. So I have a lot of conversations with people around creating change, what it takes, why we do it, when we do it, how we do it. And one of the top things that keeps coming back to me is, Chrissy, why am I not doing what I know to do? You helped me to see this. I realize this for myself. Why am I still not doing, eating, exercising, showing up, returning emails, answering phone calls, whatever that thing is that you know you should be doing it. You want to be doing it. You need to do it. The doctors told you to do it. Your spouse has told you to do it. Your best friends tell you to do it. You've told you to yourself to do it. So why aren't you doing it? You can only lean on, I don't know how, for so long until that excuse runs out. So what I wanted to talk about today is why. Why don't you do what it is that you know to do, want to do, should be doing, craving, desiring to be doing, and how you can get yourself to do that. So when I was thinking about like, how would I really relate this message, I realized there were three main reasons why we don't do what we know to do. That one of those reasons is that we already know what we can and cannot do. Even if it's a brand new endeavor that we've never done before, we tell ourselves, I could never do that. I don't think I could do that. There's no way that I could do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Well, if you haven't tried it, you really don't know. Oh, by the way, I'm not just going to tell you why. I'm going to help you to see how to change that, just in case I failed to mention that. So it's not a matter of the how, right? It's a matter of you already know what will happen. You already know what you're capable of. Oh, I could never do that. I have people tell me that all the time. Like, I'm vegetarian. I've been vegetarian for a number of years. When people meet me, they often say, oh my gosh, I could never be vegetarian. Well, there was a point in my life where I could never be vegetarian either. That didn't mean that ultimately one day that's not where I was going to land at. We don't know what the future holds. You don't know what you can and can't do, especially if you've never done these things from a fresh perspective. If you've never done these things in this way, knowing what you know now, who you've become now, you don't know what you're capable of until you actually do it. Now, this is where it gets very interesting. This is also the reason why we bring about the other reason why, right? So you already have defined what you're capable of, even if you've never tried it before. You already know what you can and what you can't do. The other thing that comes along with that is that you're afraid. You're afraid it's going to hurt. You're afraid it's going to be scary. You're afraid of going into this situation, and it's always the unknown, even if it's kind of a similar situation. You are afraid that it's going to hurt. So maybe you've tried this before. Maybe you've tried to change the way that you eat and you found yourself disappointed that you couldn't stick to it. Maybe you tried to get a business off the ground, but it just didn't work out. So taking those steps to change that diet or to pursue another business actually scares you. You're afraid. It's not what you can and can't do. It's more a matter of when you think about doing it, you're really afraid or it's very scary. I'm doing a beta program right now. Actually, I'm about to launch my final round. So if you're somebody who's really wanting to know how to deal with all the overwhelm that happens within your physical self, or you feel a struggle with your physical body in any way, this Body Balance Breakthrough is the program for you. Can't even remember what just sparked me to tell you about it, but that's what it's all about, is creating that lasting change. This is it. So it's a Body Balance Breakthrough. When people think about approaching things with their body, and especially when they get the fact that it's not just a diet and exercise thing, because quite frankly, if it was just about diet and exercise, wouldn't we all be getting a lot more results with the efforts that we put into those endeavors whenever we can get ourselves to do them? Something to think about. So when you are aware, oh, I know that it's not just how I eat and exercise. I know it's these unresolved emotional issues or these other past traumas or other reasons why I keep this weight on my body, for example. You're afraid to go towards it. You're afraid to dive into it. You're afraid to see what lies inside of you. You're afraid to see what lies down that path of business endeavors. You're afraid, and it's scary because you're venturing into unknown territory. So one of the best ways to overcome that is to find a trusted guide. Find someone who you can learn to let your walls down with, that you can be vulnerable with, that you can face your fears with. And one of the best people that I have found to do this with is with somebody who has been down this similar path as me. I feel that they really understand my struggles. I feel that they have firsthand experience that's similar to my own. And it's so different if I'm facing a business struggle to bring that to a business person, someone who's more experienced in business than I am, than to bring that over to even a beloved like my spouse who has never had firsthand experience running a business. He's compassionate and he cares about me, but he's not had that firsthand experience. So it's a lot more challenging for me to get vulnerable about my fears with my business endeavors with my spouse, but it's easier for me to do with somebody who's a few steps down the road. So if you find yourself in that situation where you're like, Chrissy, I know I need to make that change, or whoever you're talking to, I know I need to make that change, but I'm just so scared of what I'm going to find. I'm so scared of what lies down the road. Find that trusted guide to help you to navigate the journey. This is how change happens. It's really how it happens. This is why I created the Body Balance Breakthrough. And that's why I'm putting it through this extensive beta testing, to make sure I create the best course possible, to allow it to be a guided, gentle journey that makes sense, is universally applied to people, to where everybody can get results with it. And that it's not just, I just got to make it the best program ever, because for me, that's very important. What I share throughout the Body Balance Breakthrough changed my life. It continues to change my life in some of the most beautiful, powerful, and amazing ways. And when I started to experience this within myself, when I started to see the physical results that my body was telling me, was showing me of the changes that was happening inside, when I found the way to navigate those internal things within myself, it opened the door for me being able to do the same for others. And if you're feeling that calling, if you're ready to make some change, if you're ready to either release weight or release the overwhelm, just feel at peace and empowered and liberated by your physical body and all the thoughts that happen in there and all the discomforts that happen in there and all the ways that you wish it to be different. If you want some guided support in this, reach out to me. I'm here for you. This Body Balance Breakthrough is amazing. And what's so cool about it is that you don't even have to change a thing. You don't have to have that flip switched on to where it's like, okay, I'm going to rock this out. You don't even have to do that. This is about undoing all of that conditioning. It's about freeing you of that idea that there's anything wrong with you to begin with, and helping to guide you back to the truth of who you are and how important your existence on this planet is, and to understand your body so you can use it as a navigational tool to, again, liberate and empower you, not keep you stuck and self-judging and fearful and in overwhelm. I know firsthand what all that feels like. And I have discovered a way to alleviate myself instantaneously. And now I have to share it with the world. So if you want access to this, I'm kicking off the final round on Monday, this coming Monday, September the 10th. For the final time, I'm going to do one final round. It's going to be $44 just to get you in the door, get you all 30 days worth of content, support, everything. I'm not going to tell you all about it. I'll drop a link below for those that are interested, because I got more to share on this idea of why we're not doing, why you're not doing what it is that you know that you're doing. So this is the number one thing that I find, the number one thing. You've tried things before. You've tried them before. You've made those phone calls. You've gone to those networking meetings. You've changed how you eat. You've been diligent. You've been regimented. You had those times where you gave it your all, and you're so afraid to do it again and not get the results again. That fear of facing not enoughness on the other side of whatever it is that you have to go through to get to where you want, that fear will shut you down. It will stop you. I'm getting chills, so I know that I'm hitting home for some people. That's why I said this is the number one reason. It's not that calling somebody's a big deal. It's because if you call that person and they don't say yes, what does that mean about you? It's not that you have to be a certain size in order to be a sexy goddess. It's just when you look in that mirror and you compare yourself to other people, how are you feeling about yourself? When you follow that diet plan, that regimented exercise routine, and you don't get the results that that skinny bee got, it must be you. You must not be enough. And you're afraid to go through whatever facing of fears, whatever vulnerability, whatever things that you have to do in order to get. And that is a very clue. If you're starting endeavors in order to get something on the other side, you're already starting from a misguided perception. If you feel like your body just doesn't make sense, if you feel like you're doing all the things and you're still overwhelmed, you're still struggling with weight loss, or you're just so scared to take it on again and fail, just know you are not alone. You're not alone in this fear. But what's really, really cool, from what I have found, is that when you're willing to risk it, what if I go through all this and on the other side I'm not enough? And especially if you're willing to risk it in a loving, compassionate way, where you can set aside that self-judgment, where you can set aside that self-criticism and just be that loving, supportive friend to yourself as you go into a new direction in your life, you may find that you've been enough all along. And that's what the Body Balance Breakthrough is all about, helping you to realize your enoughness. Not because you got to change things in order to get things, but because living any other way than connected to that knowingness is an injustice to you. And you are amazing. And you came here to do amazing things. And you came here to feel amazing. That's why we always want to feel amazing. It's our natural state of being. It's being in alignment with the truth about who you are, how supported and blessed you are by this life. And if you're not having that experience of the world around you, if you're not having that experience within yourself, I strongly encourage you, I invite you to take a look at the information for the 30-day Body Balance Breakthrough. Get on board with this final beta session. Be my guinea pig for this final round. I hope to have this perfectly delivered program so you get not only massive value for just that $44, but you should have a beautiful, seamless experience throughout it. The people that have already gone through this, because I've had one cycle already complete, I've got a couple more that are wrapping up, their minds, their hearts are expanding. They are going swimsuit shopping without the shame. They are feeling at peace and empowered by their body for the first time in their life. I'm talking about moms who are embarrassed to go pick their kid up from school because they don't want their child to be seen as the one who has the fat mom. We are missing out on life. This same mom now says, I am committed to seeing my body in this new way. Thank you for showing it to me in this way. And for the first time ever, I am not trying to escape it. That is powerful and that is beautiful. And you deserve to have that kind of experience within yourself so that when you go inside, you feel more at peace, not more overwhelmed. Your body's trying to tell you something. This 30-day breakthrough is going to help you to decode it, to decipher it, to understand it, help to show you the way to just settling in to who you are and the perfection that you were made to be and are already. Help you to understand why you struggle to lose weight. Help you to understand why you don't get the same results. Help you to understand the emotions that come up as you start this endeavor and continue this journey forward. I'm just going to breathe for a moment and just give that some space. I'm also going to peek down at my notes real quick to make sure that I hit all my points. I like to keep things succinct, so I definitely want to wrap this up. Oh, so here's my top tips. Top tips for creating that change now. How to get yourself to do what you know you should be doing. Here they are. Ready? Come back to the present moment. Realize that you've never been you, where you are right now, and you have not, as you right now, done anything before. So maybe this time you can get different results. Also, set aside this doing in order to get. Trust that what you desire is your inevitable destiny and that one day you will be doing it. So maybe first you need to stop putting the pressure on yourself. Novel idea. Truly anything is possible, but you don't know until you go. I say that quite often. You've got to go through it before you actually know what's going to happen. I have faced a lot of very similar situations from a different perspective, and what unfolded, I would have bet my life it would have gone exactly how it did in the past. Miracles happened. Miracles. That's what I call them because it was radically different from anything that I had ever experienced before and wildly better than my imagination told me that it could ever be. So you've never been who you are. You've never been who you are now. Approach it now. Anything is possible. I already mentioned, find that trusted guide. If it's not me, find somebody else. This isn't about you, me. This is about you. This is about you understanding yourself and allowing yourself to receive the support for the peace of mind that you so rightly deserve. And I dare say we're divinely designed to experience, which is why we want it so bad. It's calling us home. And if nothing else, if you just watch this video and that's all that happens, this is the one thing that you could do that will still make a powerful difference. Be honest with yourself. Recognize that this is where you are and this is where you are. And that's that. Being where you are and understanding it and being honest with yourself, like just being honest. Yeah, I'm afraid to face my fears. So what? It's where you are. Just be honest with yourself. Let go of that story that you're trying or plan to or know that you should do. Just be honest. I know that I should eat differently. I know that I should make those phone calls. I know I should be more consistent, and I'm just not. Don't be another angst in your life. There's enough angst surrounding us, right? So if nothing else, just be honest with yourself. And I made this really cool video just a couple weeks back about why now is the perfect time to put up or shut up. Because quite honestly, it's doing more harm to you by lying all the time and not being honest with yourself than just being honest with yourself. Okay, I hope you found massive value in this video. I hope you've gotten in touch with why you don't do what you know you should do and how you can start to make that change. And if you want to be guided on this journey, 30-day body balance breakthrough is where it is. We're kicking that off Monday, September the 10th. And if you're watching this after the 10th, reach out to me if you're still interested, because I'll just have it as a polished program after that. So if you want to have that extra support, check out bit.ly/body balance now. So if you're familiar with bit.ly addresses, bit.ly/body balance now. You can also comment below. I'll make sure that you get a link, and I'm going to drop a link below. So wherever you're seeing this, there should be a link. And if not, you should know how to get back in touch with me. So reach out to me. I'll make sure that you get that link. Again, anybody can get started for just $44, full month of support, daily delivery of email and inspiration, daily text to support your journey as well, a community for you to ask questions, support sessions to help with further integration. I am telling you, this program is on point. And I'm so excited to deliver this last final round. So if it calls to you, check it out. I would be honored to be your guide for the next 30 days. And if not, just know, be gentle with yourself moving forward, because you are amazing and you're doing so much right. I dare say all of it right, but it's just a matter of perception. If you need a fresh perspective, check out some of my other videos, subscribe while you're there on the channel, share some with some friends. Let's get more peace happening within ourselves and in this world around us. All right. Love you so much. See you next time around. Thanks for listening. And share your thoughts below. What are your thoughts? Why don't you create the change? Did anything that I say inspire you to make anything different or help you to see it from a different perspective? I love keeping conversations going. All right.